And he is giving a 5 to 7 minute speech. The title of his speech is What I've Learned from Toastmasters So Far. Please join me in welcoming Frank.
Madam Toastmaster, Madam President Toastmasters. Oh, I gotta look good. I gotta tuck in my shirt. I gotta make sure I look nice.
Your time.
So what I've learned from the Toastmasters so far. Ring, 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 ring. Hold on. Yes. Oh, hey, Orlando. I'm glad you called back. I have a question. So, how do you become a leader without having a title? Uh huh. Toastmasters? Well, I'm not hungry right now, but okay, I'll get back to you, Orlando. I had asked my mentor, Orlando Salinas, how do you become a leader without having a title? He says to me, well, be a speaker. Have you heard about the Toastmasters? And I resisted every joke I knew about toasts, and I heard him out, and he told me, well, it's this group, it's this club. You're going to learn how to be a better speaker. They're going to give you critiques. You're going to learn a lot of things. I was a part of it. It's a place where you can garner tips on being a better leader. I'm like, all right, sounds interesting. I'll look into it. He's like, well, better than that, I'm going to send you a link right now. I was like, well, I guess I'm going. I found out there was a meeting here, right where I live, close by. Well, I'm going to go give it a shot. I'm going to go in. And I came in, kind of raggedy. I looked fine, but just, unkempt, working on my posture, saying ums a lot, ahs, doing all that. I learned very quickly from here. You're gonna learn to be a leader by jumping in. You're gonna be given roles. There's roles to go around. Sometimes you do 2 roles or 3 roles. I've learned how to gain confidence. I've learned to just jump in. If you want to do a speech, you can do a speech. And there were times where I was scheduled to do a speech, but I was getting nervous the day before. And sometimes I didn't always show up. And I had to make that decision. Like, is this something I'm gonna let hold me back? I can't do that. I can't let down God. I can't let down my kids because they need me to rise up and be a leader. Even if it's the leader of my own home, they need that from me. So I've been coming out here. I've met great people. Dr. Harold Lloyd, Phyllis Allen, who was very helpful, Luisa Montalvo, president, everyone here on Zoom. Every time I come here, I get critiques, I get encouragements, I get tips. I'm watching, I'm listening, I'm learning, and I'm taking everything in consideration. I'm making mental notes, writing things down, learning how to take critiques and not take it as a personal attack, something that I can use to better myself. Another thing that Orlando told me, he was like, Frank, learn to iron your clothes. You gotta, look nice, be presentable. You know, look like a leader. There's that saying, you dress for the job that you want. So I should dress good. I can't find a Batman suit. I think that job might be already taken. But I'm gonna dress as professional as I can and be presentable. I want to represent the Toastmasters. I want to represent God. I want to represent my family. And I need to do that by just projecting a positive image, those are many things that I've learned from being a Toastmaster. So one of the other things was overcoming my fear of public speaking. I had the opportunity to enter a contest, my very first speech contest. It was the Table Topics contest, and I got second place. It doesn't matter, there's only 2 contestants, but I got second place. And I was like, that's great, that's fantastic. And then they said, if the first place speaker can't make it, you fill in. Oh, that's great, but she did fantastic. I'm sure she'll do fine. The area contest comes up. It's like, hey, she can't make it. All right, I'll do it. And in my area, I got 3rd place. Again, doesn't matter, it was only 3 contestants in my area, but I got 3rd place. I did it. I've conquered my fear in something I keep learning to do over and over and over, because you're gonna have that fear, but that's part of being a leader, learning to overcome that fear, using that, garnering that, and turn it into something good. You can channel it and put it back out there and be a better speaker, be a better person, a better leader. Those are just some things that I've learned so far from being a Toastmaster. Thank you.
All right. Wait.
I got my cards.
You gotta shake your hand.
I forgot.
Okay, just one thing. Thank you very much. And what is the time of the speech?
The time of Frank's speech, and I'll remind us of his first speech, was only 3 minutes. Now he's giving a 5 to 7 minute speech, and it was 6 minutes, 11 seconds.
There you go.
Right in the
Wow,
boundary.
great. And I think I have another thing you're getting from this club.
Yes.
I think you're getting a lot of love because
thank
we
you.
love our Toastmaster friends. These are just great.
What I've learned in Toastmasters, to remind the audience, Frank gave this exact speech last week. I was his evaluator. I gave him some tips on what I thought he could do to improve his speech. I also gave him compliments on what he'd done very well. This is what's so important about Toastmasters. If you are not a coachable person, I'm not sure how much Toastmasters is going to benefit you. If somebody says, you know what I think would help you in your speech? If you get up and you try to do this, try to add humor, add a personal story. Well, guess what? Frank did all of that. All of it. His intro was great. He's tucking in his shirt. I love the way in the first speech, he asked his friend, his boss, how do you be a leader if you don't have a title? This time, the way he put it into the speech, he said, oh, wait a minute, I'm getting a phone call. And then he talks and puts that in, he implemented that in so well. That was genius. I loved it because it had our attention. Wait, what is he doing? He's acting like he's on the phone. To me, that was great. I also suggested he throw in a personal story. Not only did he throw in a personal story, I was here when they announced the winners, and it was first, second, and third place, and Frank got third place. And as he was walking out the door, I don't know if he knew I heard him, and he said, wow, third place. I didn't even get second place. I knew he was upset with himself. I knew he was down. But yet 1 week later, here he is. Not only did he share that personal story that to me was heartbreaking, but he made humor out of it. He goes, hey, I got second place. Who cares if there were only 2 people? And then I go on to the next one and I won third place. Who cares if there were only 3 people? Oh my gosh. The ability to do that, that is what makes a great speaker. And Frank hit every single plus that I told him to implement. He did that. He did not garnish any of his talent on this speech. I was so impressed with him. being coachable is half the battle of getting better. Frank, you're getting better.